Hey, Dr. Tyler Williams at Pinecrest Practice Growth. Thanks for listening to today's episode. And today we're talking about two types of different models that you can model after for your practice. Two types of people today who are very influential and yet have very different models on how to run a business or a practice. And for you to really think about how to model your practice. As a side note, our next advanced membership mastery group is coming up soon. It's a 6-week mastermind. If you're interested in joining the waitlist, you can visit our website, yourpracticegrowth.com, or you can email and reach out to my assistant, and we can provide you with some more information if you'd like to be free from insurance and build a true membership model for your dental practice. Now, back to today's episode, these two types of leaders that you can model. The first one is Mark Zuckerberg of Meta or Facebook, and then the second one is Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway. They have very different approaches, and the biggest approach is Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, because it is a technology company. Their principles are move quickly and disrupt, move quickly and disrupt, move quickly and disrupt, right? Whereas Warren Buffett, his is an investment strategy and a long-term strategy, and he is slower to adopt things. They say no to a lot of things, and they look at investing in things for the long term. Recently, he's bought things like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and different railroad and energy companies, right? Things that we use every day that are not necessarily technology driven. And if you look at the way they travel is very different too. Mark Zuckerberg, he generally has a whole bunch of people protecting him. Warren Buffett, he seems pretty easygoing when he travels, and he doesn't have a big entourage of black vans and cars protecting him, probably because he seems less threatening the way that his style is. Now, I'm not saying one's right or one's wrong. They're just different. So if you have more of the high energy, move fast kind of practice where you just want to get things done and get people in and get people out and use lots of cool technology, then Mark Zuckerberg could be a great model for that. If you want to build the type of practice where you're more about long-term relationships with people and patients, then Warren Buffett may be the more appropriate model. For us, we like the Warren Buffett style more for a number of reasons. Part of his philosophy in investing is he once said that he doesn't invest in high technology companies that have price fixing. And dental insurance is a perfect example of that, because dental insurance is essentially a form of price fixing. And if you have a fast growing company with lots of overhead and hiring people and doing really nice work and lots of cosmetic cases, is insurance can often stunt or stall that progress because of the price fixing. Now, I'm not saying you should be anti-insurance or pro-insurance. You've just got to decide your model. But I prefer the Warren Buffett mindset because it's more about long-term investing. And for me, I think about the patient list being the most important asset in the practice, not the new digital scanner or the x-ray equipment or even the building, right? And we love our building. It's a great building. It's new, it's modern, it's clean, it's inviting, it's a standalone building, but still that list of patients is really the gold mine. And in one of the books we wrote for practice owners, talks about this story of diamonds in the stream and how this man spent his whole life looking for diamonds all these other places around the world. And when he died, the person who inherited his home walked out to the stream one day, and there were a whole bunch of diamonds in the stream right on that man's property. And that's how we think about patient list, is when you have to go out and constantly chase new patients, it can be very tiring. It's very expensive. It's very hard to build that trust. And there are lots of different consultants and different types of marketing, self-proclaimed experts who will tell you that getting new patients and get new leads is the best way to grow your practice and the fastest way. And I'm here to tell you that that can be a good way to grow your practice, and there is value to it. And we do want to get new patients in our practice, but there's also ways that you can pre-qualify those patients. We call it the pre-qualifier positioner. It's a tool that we use that helps filter out people who would not be a good fit, but it does it in a subtle yet professional way so that you're not judging people or pushing them away. If you go too far on one spectrum with that, you'll actually end up judging people ahead of time with no idea what they really want, and you may turn away people who could be a great fit for your practice. On the other hand, if you don't do that, you'll end up doing a bunch of consultations and free or cheap dental work on people who are time vampires and really have no interest in the comprehensive dental care that you can provide. And so this for us has been the real sweet spot of fine-tuning those two things. And we've built a process that's worked really, really well. It's helped slow down our schedule while at the same time speeding up the energy and the growth and the momentum in the practice and getting better perspective and purpose and clarity for the team. So take these two current leaders in today's fast-growing, fast-moving economy and look at the examples. And a lot of times we can learn from what others have done and not to go through those same mistakes ourselves, even though technology and investing are in many ways very different than a dental practice. In more ways than not, they're actually very like what you and I do in owning a business and owning a practice. And we've got to look at these investments for the long term. We call it a smile 10, which means we want to be able to see that person smile 10 years from now when they've had maybe 20 to 40 checkups or gum maintenance visits. We've seen their family, we've seen them for the long term. And the things we do today and the processes we have in place will help set up that path so we can see them for the long term and help them. And the patients in my practice that I've known for over 10 years are some of the easiest to talk to, most appreciative. A lot of them have spent 5-figure amounts, some more than that when you incorporate all of their family members in. And it's amazing how appreciative and how fun it is to work with these people versus the ones who are tire kickers and really have no intention of doing anything. Those are the ones that you've got to give a soft landing to and refer them to the appropriate place. And by understanding your core values and your core purpose, you'll be able to do that. So thanks for listening to today's episode, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a great day.